The Government of Saint Lucia has embarked upon the comprehensive enhancement of the business environment as part of its structural reforms. The Ease of Doing Business Task Force was established to assist with this initiative, with participation from both the private and public sectors. The Secretariat for the Ease of Doing Business Task Force is currently housed within the Ministry of Commerce, with the Honourable Emma Hippolyte as its chair.
The genesis of the Ease of Doing Business focus, sometime in about 2007, the World Bank, as an international institution, decided to develop parameters. So they've put together what I would call a report and assessment tool, and they first used it in 2007, and during that ranking, Saint Lucia became ranked 27th in the world, and we also ranked #1 in the Caribbean. So what have we done in Saint Lucia since then? We have moved up and down that ranking since then, but the Cabinet of Ministers in 2014 took a decision that they would place a lot more emphasis and resources towards that analysis.
The private sector has been a key player in the enhancement of the ease of doing business process.
It started for me in November 2011 when I was elected president of the Chamber of Commerce. I was trying to figure out what my tenure as president of Chamber would mean. And after looking at the Chamber vision and mission statements, I decided that what the right thing to do would be to look at making it easier to do business in Saint Lucia. So for 2 years, I was single-minded in that pursuit, advocating continually and continuously for reforms to the business environment to facilitate business, commerce in Saint Lucia.
To date, the government has undertaken a number of reforms. Today, we will look at the efforts made to improve on efficiencies in trading across borders. The two main agencies that impact on trading across borders are the Department of Customs and Excise and the Saint Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, SLASPA.
In terms of the ease of doing business, international organizations such as the WCO, which is the World Customs Organization, and the WTO, which is the World Trade Organization, encourages local administrations like Customs Saint Lucia and other customs administrations that are part of those organizations to really streamline the processes in terms of customs procedures to allow the businesses or the businessmen the quick release of goods out of customs charge. So with the single window concept, it is like a one-stop shop where you have interacting agencies, the traders and customs, like form a network basically. So you find that the traders are able to go onto the system to make an application to, for example, the interacting agency like Chamber of Commerce, they would, or Ministry of Commerce, they would apply for the licenses for goods that are pending release on the ports. Customs now can go log on to that declaration and see exactly the status of that application that has been made by the trader. We also have the risk management concept that we have now introduced. It comes with the full automation that our administration now has. We are fully automated. Any declaration that is made to customs, it has to be done online. So right now, we do not focus on examining everything before us. We now are selective in our examinations. So you find that within the system, after you have logged onto the system, you've prepared your declaration, it's paid. The declaration is now selected automatically by the system based on historical data or set criteria within the system, where you are actually ranked as a low risk, medium risk, or high risk. So if you find yourself within the low and medium risk, basically, you will just swim through the process of customs and you will get your goods out of customs in no time. If you are flagged as high risk, then we have to do our examination, documentary check, and so on. So it is a system where it has really minimized our interactions with the importers as it pertains to the port. So we right now do not examine everything, and we do not see a need to do that because we do our examinations based on risk. The WCO in particular, they are really concerned about us making information available to the public. And we have populated our site our website, which is www.customs.gov.lc. If you go onto the site, you are going to get information based on our legislation, the tariffs, duties, notices that has gone out from the comptroller, and a number of we have the complaints link, where if you have a complaint, you can lodge your complaint so that we ourselves can address whatever complaints that you have. Then we also have this initiative where we have minimized the number of forms that are used by customs. In our processes before, which was a bit lengthy when you come to clear your goods, where you have to go through various processes and have various forms. The comptroller has seen it necessary to eliminate 3 forms: the exit note, the out of charge note, and the container request form.
The St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority has been very instrumental in undertaking key initiatives to facilitate the ease of doing business in St. Lucia. These initiatives focus on reducing time and costs for businesses.
Okay, what SLASPA has done, taking into consideration that 90% of all goods in St. Lucia come through the seaports. The higher value cargo goes through the airport. We decided to try to the manual processes, try to automate them. And mainly, we have the application for both, the requisition for port services, the interface between our cargo management system and customs, as well as a container tracking system and Wi-Fi facility at the port. All of this will more or less streamline the process and shorten on the time that it will take to do this business. In terms of documentation, when it came to exports, St. Lucia would be using at least 7 documents, and for importation, 11 documents. SLASPA, along with customs, we went on a drive to reduce the documentation. And at SLASPA, we are not able to release goods to anyone unless we have a release from customs or a release from the agent. It's a hard copy document in order to get the release. And in order to make it easier to do business, what SLASPA has developed is an online facility whereby customs would release a circular and the agents release to our cargo management system. So we're still in the process of finalizing it, but it has been tested. So persons no longer, when we implement, will be required to come in for a hard copy document. It will just be online releases. In the past, persons would have to come to SLASPA, obtain a form where you apply for a berth. So right now it's just a seamless operation. They apply online. They don't have to come with all these hard copy documents. And also the requisition for port services. So it has made it a lot easier for them in terms of doing business.
The impact of the initiatives to improve the business environment in St. Lucia has yielded significant benefits for the private sector.
It's about changing your mindset about how you do business and continually asking yourself, both from the private and public sector point of view, how do I make it easier for my customer to do business with me?
As the St. Lucian economy grows, the Ease of Doing Business Task Force will play a key role in fostering an environment which is conducive to healthy business growth. For more information on productivity, contact the NCPC at 468-5576 or visit the website at stluciancpc.org. And remember to tune in next time, because productivity matters.